As you may already know, the roadmap mentioned that Nintendo Switch is catching up to progress of global version. However, what is the catch-up progress being like? Is it really possible to catch up? Today, let's talk about what's happening on Switch version of Asphalt 9. With no more delay, let's get into it. First, the Switch version is still on European season, which is 1 year ago happened on global version. The Jaguar XGR9 special event, Lamborghini Revolut 2 special event, Koenigsegg CC-XR special event, FFZERO Superso GT3 Grand Prix, Maserati MC12 Grand Prix has already happened on global version about 1 year ago. On top of those events, some new cars are also being added. Firstly, the Ferrari 296 GTB, which is a Grand Prix global version, has been a key hunt in Switch. Secondly, the Lamborghini Invincible, which is a Legend Pass car in global, has been a car hunt in Switch, but locked behind the Legend Pass. Thirdly, the ATS Automobile GT, the special nightmare in global, has been redesigned for Switch. Fourthly, the Alfa Romeo Giulia GTAm, Ferrari Daytona SP3, Pagani Utopia Coupe, W Motors Lykan Hypersport Neo Edition will appear as a burst of speed. Besides that, there is also a Lamborghini Hurucan STO Unleashed, which is not mentioned in the announcements. Also, the Switch players are not getting Pagani Zonda as special hunt. It is also an Unleashed event instead. However, is that really possible for Switch to catch up 1 year behind progress? The answer is not really. In fact, Switch version has 2 drive syndicate behind global version, which is the Koenigsegg CC850 and Devil 16. To be honest, this car cannot be simply introduced as a burst of speed. Although Switch has already catching up secretly before the roadmap release, it is not really possible to introduce over 20 cars before the Legends Unite update release. The main reason is probably the time schedule. A car hunt is 7 days long, an Unleashed event also is 7 days long, a burst of speed needs 10 days long. I don't really think it's a possible task to complete. Also, the new update before Legends Unite has delayed on Switch due to some unexpected issues. In my opinion, Gameloft will still bring some Unleashed event as for now. Besides that, the office in Cluj for Gameloft will be closed by the end of June, with all the staff being laid off. Honestly, Switch and global version will be synchronized after the Legends Unite update. Thus, they may not need a separate office for Switch. It could be discussed with further topics, but I won't comment too much on this video. In my opinion, I think Gameloft led Switch version catching up to global is good, not gonna lie. However, Switch is 1 year behind the global. Is that really possible for Switch to introduce tons of cars in a short period? Will players be willing to pay for new cars? Before Gameloft making the decision of catching up, I don't think they have too much consideration about it. The fastest way to introduce cars is burst of speed, but continuous burst of speed will just only grab away players' tokens. I'm not objecting to catch up with global, but Gameloft should really think more about how to introduce cars. Anyways, those are to share, and now it's your turn. What do you think about Switch version catching up global? Do you think it will be successfully, or the platforms having the same starting point or Legends Unite update? Comment your thoughts below. As I'm not a Switch player, please point out if there is any error in this video. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like, subscribe, and hopefully I'll see you with more Asphalt 9 content.